Fuck me. Fucking hell. Good morning. Happy 11:15 on the 27th of October, Friday. Girls, good morning. Happy 11:15. I am shattered. I am shattered. I'm going to tell you a funny story, right? Welcome to my day. My skin is so bad. Probably because I keep picking it. Lol. Funny that. Girls, the other night, not last night, the night before, Wednesday evening, I slept so badly. So do you know when you have a memory that pops into your head and you just get so cringed out by it, and it just takes over your entire body, just thinking of every man ever. Anyway, slept so badly on Wednesday night, and I'm gonna tell you something fun about Wednesday day. It was my last day at my old job, which was so sad. Hello? Yeah, obviously, like, it's really sad and really emotional all day, and then I got home and I was like, oh, I fancy a bit of a change. So I took down my colourful lights because this kind of correlates to today being a day in the life of a uni dropout. And what I mean by that is that I'm really like getting away. Yeah. Basically, this bedroom that I'm in right now is mine. My bedroom used to be like how I've had it since I was like 17. On Wednesday, I just fancied a change. I was like, I need to do something different because this room, I've been in my new bedroom for over a year now, so it's not really that new, it's just my bedroom, but I fancied a change because it felt very like outdated. It felt like the same bedroom I've had since I was 17, and especially like the decoration. It was so, the fuck am I talking about? I'm gonna move back. I feel like my room has been the same since I was in uni, which completely correlates to me titling this day in the life of a uni dropout, because I've been thinking about the fact that I dropped out of uni so much recently. I just think I've been doing too much thinking. I'm not used to doing much thinking, so when I do it really throws me off. But I wanted to change my room because it just felt a bit outdated, like I'm still 17 years old when I'm actually 22. The fuck? 22. I don't know about you, but I am 22. I've been thinking a lot about the fact that I dropped out of uni because I went to uni 3 years ago, like this sort of time I was at uni 3 years ago, not recently, obviously. Fuck that. But I just felt like a change because, I don't know, maybe my life just feels a bit stagnant at the moment, and I just felt like something needed to change. So basically what I did was took some posters down and bought some bloody new fairy lights. That's all I fucking did. But guess what, freaks? I love it. Okay, also now that I've taken all these posters down, my room feels so much bigger. Obviously I still have that beautiful picture of my gorgeous angel, my old horse that died. That's still up because I'm not a sadistic freak. That's my boy. Locked in for life, and then he died on me. Anyway, not mad, just sad. To be fair, he died just after me and my abusive ex-boyfriend broke up, and to be fair, I tried to die as well, so at least he was successful with it. You know what? He probably thought, I can't keep living with COVID and the memory of that twit. So he clocked out. I can't be angry at that. I tried to do the same. But it looks so much nicer in here now. Oh, it looks so homey. Homey. It looks more just nice and cozy, whereas before, like, I had like LED, like bright lights, and it just reminds me of being at uni because that's how I like decorated everything with like LED lights from Amazon and like fucking, oh, it just so me in 2020, and I'm just not that person anymore. And I've been thinking about the fact that I dropped out of uni so much recently because I started a new job, and obviously when you start a new job, everyone asks you like, what are you doing? Are you studying? Even though someone thought I was 25, I said, you've only just met me and you're trying to kill me. Weird. Obviously they're like, oh, are you studying at your uni? Because I live near to Royal Holloway, everyone just assumes that I'm here for uni, and I was like, no, some people actually do live in this town. Strange. People choose to willingly live here. I know. Odd. But so every time I'm like, no, I didn't go to uni, I dropped out. And they're like, why? And then they ask me what fucking course I did, and I have to tell them I did hair and makeup. And they're like, that's a degree. And I'm like, shut up. Shut up. I know. I'm embarrassed. Beauty school dropout. It was written about me, and I've got pink hair at the moment. Oh my god. I'm a pink lady. Nah, I'm a Granny Smith apple. 100%. No, I'm a red apple. I'm a Brayburn. I don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, yeah, welcome to my day. I keep waking up with 3 or 4 of my buttons undone and my boob just hanging out. And every morning, it makes me feel physically sick because it's just like, don't do that. Girls, I've been feeling so all over the place at the moment. I've had 2 days off in a row. Praise be. Glory be to God. Sorry. Yesterday I went out. Today I'm doing nothing. which is why I'm still in bed at 23 minutes past 11 in the morning. I'd never be in bed this late. I don't know what it's like to sleep in. People that can sleep till 1 p.m, count your fucking lucky stars, because I've never been able to do that. Even when I'm hungover, I can't do that. My body just wakes me up. My body is my own personal cuck. Anyway, today I'm doing nothing, so I thought I'd bring you along. Exhilarating vlog, I know, but you're in it for the long run now, girls. Also, I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. To some people that might not sound a lot. To me, I'm this little thing called humble. That means everything to me, but sorry. Anyway, let's go. That just tastes of success. First Dr. Pepper of the day at 12 p.m. That is quite late in the day for me. The other day I cracked one open at 10:30 in the morning. Career low. I'm gonna have a bath. Normally I only bathe in the evening, but sometimes a nice day bath. Oh, lovely. I also want to eat. I did have some cereal this morning because I never really eat cereal these days, but it just wasn't good, which is why I don't eat cereal, because it's just never what you want. Well, it might be for some people, but not for me. Such is life. The fuck? What the fuck is going on? Michael and George bought me in some flowers for my last day at work. Yeah, crying. I also bought myself a new candle yesterday because I was like, oh, it's fine. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. I'll be getting paid, and I'll be getting paid quite a lot because it'll be like my last paycheck or my holiday that I haven't used. It was not as much as I thought it was. So I've now had to cut out this millionaire lifestyle I thought I was going to have today to paying off Klarna payments and nothing else. So sad. My work also got me some really nice flowers. Look at these. I have never seen flowers as pretty as that before. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna shower. No, bathe. Oh my god, my room. If you've never seen one of my vlogs before, first of all, WTF. But second of all, you wouldn't know that before my room kind of looked like this wall everywhere. The Amy wall will stay intact for the rest of my life. Even when I move out, which will be never, this wall will stay like this, okay? Let's not get it confused. But this wall also looked like that, and now it doesn't. It just has one thing on the wall. I took down all the posters, so now my room feels so much bigger, which is just absolutely nuts. Because, well, obviously, like, when you take things off the wall, the room looks bigger, but like, it's just funny how things work, isn't it? And a lot of the posters were quite dark. I also had posters all along this wall here, but now I only have one, which I keep looking at it, and it is nowhere near in the center of that wall. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. I did not command these lights properly either, because the command hooks were just pissing me off. Why do I have to wait 3 hours or however long it is for it to be like sticky enough? I'm fucking impatient. I don't want to wait that long. Anyway, I'm gonna try and move this poster, make it more central. Central C, no, central P for poster. I don't have one of them measuring things, you know, with them green liquids. What are they called? I don't know. I keep farting. Sorry to be vile, but I do. I know. Fucking crazy girls fart, but I keep farting and Michael keeps telling me there's something wrong with me. Chocolate. Okay, that looks more central. Woo! Fucking hell, I love days of just not having to do anything. Oh my god, I love them. I'm gonna have a bath and then I'm gonna make some lunch. I'm also on the verge of shitting myself, so I'm gonna go take care of that. The sun is shining. The late October sun is shining and I'm in the bath. God bless. Girls, I just sit in here and I mull over in my dirty bath water and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I've been having a bath pretty much every day for the past few weeks because it's like a really nice thing to just have at the end of the day, because I do normally have a bath at night. Especially in the last few weeks I've been feeling like shit, which my hormones still haven't balanced out, I don't think. Plus they're not going to until after my period, which I still haven't had my first period since I had the termination, so I'm all over the fucking place. So a nice bath really relaxes the mind. Also, I need to shave my armpits because I do not deal well with having any body hair. Like, I can deal with hair on my legs because I'm lazy, but hair down there or under there, fuck off. When I'm rich, which should be soon, I will get laser hair removal surgery. Surgery? Laser hair removal? It's not a surgery, good god. Because I hate having hair under there. Fuck off. Why are you there, freak? Sorry. I feel like my period is coming soon. My emotions are heightened AF at the moment. Feels like I'm on a fucking roller coaster. The ride of life. Die. Getting peckish. I need to get out of this dirty water and eat, but not until I've hacked away on my fucking pubic hair. Everybody's good at cooking something. I'm good at cooking crumble. JK, I'm not. Delicious. Oh my god, my water is already come to a boil. I've just chopped up some onions. I would not make a good chef. I just realised that the other day. I was at work, my new job, and it was busy, and they were just whipping out ramens and noodles and curries like it was fucking nobody's business. And I just stood there and I looked at them and I thought, God bless you, because I couldn't do it. The stress, the the stress, the pressure, it would be too much for me to handle because I'm just a girl. I'm not a chef, I never have been, and I never probably will be. But I am good at cooking something, and that is this pasta dish exclusively. But to be fair, sometimes this pasta dish really lets me down, and I don't know if it's necessarily the dish or my cooking, my magic hands, which are ungodly sized. I've got such big hands for a woman, but then again, I'm quite large, like in terms of my proportions. I'm 5'10", so fucking leave it out. Anyway, girl on TikTok that I was watching, she was like, I'm 6 foot tall, and when I wear high heels, I'm 6'4", and she was like, there's no shame in it. And I was like, you're right, there is no shame, but why do I still never wear heels? Oh yeah, I'm not that way inclined. But now if I did want to wear heels, I would feel more empowered to do so because of her. So thank you. Next. Right. This meal is so easy, right? This is why I like it. This is why I make it so often, because I'm lazy and because it tastes nice. But I was thinking, if I had this at uni, like if I knew about this meal, not that this meal is like a fucking tragic, like hidden gem. It's literally just pasta with onions and tomatoes that have been like fried in some butter with garlic, salt and pepper, because I am a woman of milky skin, so that is as far as the seasoning goes. Oh my god, I just think I would die if I ate a bit of paprika. Like, I'm not even just saying that, I don't do spice. I had some sashimi on my Wagamama the other day and I was like, whoa, this rocked this white girl's world. Anyway, if I had this at uni, which I only like, my friend started making me this meal and then I just took it under my wing and fucking I've never stopped eating it since. But that was after I dropped out of uni. But if I had this meal at uni, I think I would have eaten it all the time. At uni, I don't even know what I ate. I ate cheese salad cream, tomato and cucumber sandwiches pretty much every day, and then for dinner I would just make like salmon risotto, or I just have microwave meals of like chicken tikka masala or like a Chinese style chicken curry, or I'd get a takeaway. I was so lazy at uni, and I still am. And to be fair, the reason I was lazy at uni, to give myself a bit of like credits and slack, I was like criminally depressed. I was so sad. I never think I did a podcast episode on why I dropped out of uni, but I don't feel like I ever went into that much detail. Not that I can remember from the top of my head anyway. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Have I got ADHD? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I can't really remember how much detail I went into, but I was so depressed at uni because I don't even think I wanted to go. It was the year of COVID. So, I forgot to put a timer on. 10 minutes, well, 9 minutes 50 now. No, 9 minutes 30, dickhead. Anyway, yeah, I went during the year of COVID. So my year at college, my final year at college got cut short. And just before, like, COVID happened and, like, everything got shut down, Skepta style, I just gotten out of the abusive relationship I was in, and my horse died. So I was, like, pretty depressed anyway. Then being locked in my house, fuck me, I'm surprised I'm still alive. I was so depressed. Anyway, so that's my saucepan. Oh fuck, it's there. We'll just do it in a smaller saucepan to contain the flavours. Delish. Okay, so yeah, I was super depressed and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And obviously when you're at college, they try and like force you to go to uni because like makes the college look good, and they think that like be all or end all is going to university. Spoiler alert, it's not. Obviously, my life isn't a golden example of what will happen to you after uni, because some people actually go on to get proper jobs. I just hop from job to job because of this. Like, I obviously need money to live. Wow. I didn't need uni because I'm that smart. I know from the top of my head that you need money to live. Yep, it's me. It's Einstein. And I did make a cameo in the hit film Oppenheimer. But I don't want to give up my fucking life to work a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday and be super depressed, because I'm already depressed as it is. Like, I'm so, what's the word, hypervigilant, or like super aware of how quickly like I can get depressed. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's actually a little bit impressive how quickly I can get depressed if I'm doing something I dislike. So like every job I've had for the past few years since quitting uni has been like 3 or 4 days a week, because then it means I can make YouTube videos on the side, which some people are like, some people are just so judgmental, and to them I say fuck off. But I just enjoy doing this. Like, this is my hobby. I've made a little bit of money from it in the past, but nothing like considerable enough to live on. So that's why I just have like little part-time jobs in hospitality, because it suits me well. But obviously some people, fucking hell, Itchy vag, sorry. Some people drop out of uni and then they go on to like do things that are bigger than working in hospitality, which to be fair, the world wouldn't run without hospitality workers, so not shitting on that. But and what I mean by the world wouldn't run is obviously we are not as essential as key workers, but also the fucking big bitchy bosses who like shit on hospitality workers. You wouldn't get your fucking hazelnut latte and your croissant without us, so suck on that. Anyway, so polite, such a lady. She's a lady. Oh, this is a cut scene from The Bear or whatever it's called. I don't know, I've not seen it. I don't watch TV unless I've already watched it once. By that I mean I just watch Pretty Little Liars exclusively. But yeah, so I dropped out of uni in the beginning of 2021. I came home from uni for Christmas, and everyone, when I went to uni, everyone was like, do not come home for the first 3 months because it makes it harder. I think I came home the second weekend in because I was just so depressed. I just didn't like it. Like, there's no two ways about it. I can't even be like, yeah, it was good. I just hated it. I hated university. I've never been the sort of person that, oh, fuck me. Wait, I can't do this. Get in there, you little munter. Why am I so cack-handed? I've chosen the smallest saucepan in human history as well. Wow. What the fuck is wrong with you? So much. So much is wrong with me. Oh my god, I'm meant to be doing my fucking vlog for TikTok as well, and I've not been taking any pictures. I've got 55,000 pictures in my camera roll. That should be illegal. There is way too many tomatoes in there. Fucks given, 0, mate. Anyway. Oh, I was so buttery. Anyway, yeah. I just hated uni. So I came home for Christmas and my brother was like, oh, when do you go back to uni? And I just started crying and I was like, oh, I'm not going back, I can't do it. And context, I did hair and makeup. It's a tiny little college. Well, it's a university linked to a college in Leeds. And I'm a massive homebird, so moving 3.5 hours away from home was never going to be a good idea. But I thought it would be, and then it wasn't. And I also just didn't like it. Like, you couldn't go out. I'm not a big going out person. I've not really ever been a big drinker, and by that I've literally never been a big drinker. I don't really like drinking. It doesn't make me feel nice. It makes me feel rubbish. So why would I do it when I could spend my money on Klarna? Hello? Think smarter, not harder. Wait, no, I don't know. I'm not a smart woman. But you know, like, so the clubbing scene, the going out scene, which wasn't even there, so I couldn't even experience it and find out if I did like it, and maybe it was like forbidden love. It wasn't there because of COVID. And I felt like I had no friends in Leeds, and like I had 3 flatmates. There was, yeah, 4 of us in a flat, all girls. I just felt like the odd one out. I just felt like shit. I just felt like I wasn't made for uni. They loved drinking. Well, 2 of them loved drinking. The other one like sort of did her own thing, and I still talk to her now. I actually still talk to 2 of them. But one of them, like, we were just, I don't think we got on because we were just fucking polar opposites. And I just, yeah, I don't think she liked me very much, which fair enough. You know, I'm not for everyone, and I'm not trying to be. A little bit like Marmite. Love me or hate me, either way, could not care less. Anyway, so yeah, I dropped out of uni because I was just so depressed. Like, every day of uni I would throw up in the morning to try and like have some control over how I felt, because it felt like if I threw up maybe I would feel better. And like, because I felt sick every day because I was so anxious. And like, my mum, I had a student loan, my mum would send me money to try and like keep, basically it was just like a fund of trying to keep me alive. She would like send me money so I could buy myself a little treat. So I've actually been suffering with little treat-itis for about 3 years now, which is insane. Just to sort of keep me going, because I was just that fucked. I was just so sad at uni. It was just so bad. Like, I just didn't enjoy myself at all. And like, I would come home for the weekend and then just feel so sad about going back. But dropping out at first felt like such a like failing option for me, because I was like, oh, I couldn't even hack uni for like the 3 months I was there. And it's also hard now because a lot of my friends are either in uni or have finished uni. And like, earlier this year it was obviously like graduation season, and I see all these people in their cap and gowns, and I just think, I don't necessarily want a degree, I just want a picture of me looking fucking great in a dress with a cap and gown. So if anything, I'm just sad that I didn't get the Insta pic. Do you know what I mean? She's a lady. Can these tomatoes cook? Why did I use such a small frying pan? You are such an idiot. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, university was a flop for me. Flop, flop, flop. And I just was just not made for it. And you know what? A few times since I've dropped out, I've been like, oh, maybe I should go back. My age always stops me though, because I was like, I don't want to be a fresher at 22, but obviously like age does not define like your boundaries and what you can do with your life. And like, you can go to university at any time in your life. That's no problem with that. But I'm just cock blocking myself essentially. Plus I think I know deep down that I'm not made for uni. Like, I'm too impatient to do 3 years at uni, and like I don't want to move away from home. Obviously I could go to uni from here, but also what the fuck am I doing? Fun fact, really sad fact, I dropped an A-level just before COVID hit because I was so depressed because of my ex-boyfriend that I was just not going into college. I was not doing well. Like, I just couldn't maintain literally anything in my life. Like, I was so ill. I was like trying to kill myself like every 2 days. So I dropped an A-level, and then they were like, oh, college is closing. So if I had just fucking kept that A-level, I would have got 3, but now I only have 2. So even if I wanted to go to uni, I would have to do minimum 4 years because I'd have to do a foundation year. And let me tell you something, I just can't be fucking arsed. So that's why I'm not going back to uni. I also did apply to go to UAL. Funny that, a fucking prestigious art uni. But you wanna know the reason I applied to go there? Is because my ex-boyfriend went there. I don't know how he got in because he's a fucking idiot. Like, genuinely, all the drugs that he did fried his brain. I'll put him on blast, he used to hit me. Anyway, I applied to UAL, obviously like got the email being like, oh, send your portfolio through, and then like it takes it from there. And I didn't do the portfolio until the night before it was due, because that weekend he called me up being like, hello, I've tried to kill someone, so I'm on the run from the police, can I come and stay with you? And he didn't actually ask if he could stay with me, he just came to my house anyway, and then proceeded to hit me when I was helping him out. And I was this like extremely fragile, addicted to self-harming 18-year-old girl. I was just a girl, I still am, but I was just a vulnerable girl back then, and he fucking loved it. Sadistic freak, my god, if I ever saw him, I always say if I ever saw him I'd punch him, but I'd probably just cry and have a panic attack and like run home from central London or wherever I see him. He's probably behind bars, a fucking cunt. Not even sorry, I know that word is not nice, but in fact the C word's actually my favourite swear word. Get dunked on. Anyway, that's why I dropped out of uni, and now here I am, day in the life of a uni dropout, making some pasta at 1:37. I've got work tomorrow from 12 till half 11. 11.5-hour shift. I'm not complaining, I need the money. And I have like 1 hour break in between it, so there comes 74. Yeah, that's my life story. Oh my god. Should I do a draw my life on a whiteboard just for the old time's sake? Because that is hilarious. Look at his paws. The story of my life. Look at this. I'm fuck! Are you okay? Wondering why it's not cooking evenly. Look at how fucking small this saucepan is. That is physical evidence of why I couldn't go to uni. I am thick as shit. A delicious meal, courtesy of bringing up past traumas. Hip hip hooray. What happens to you after you go on a roller coaster?
The day after I go on roller coasters, I walk faster than normal, and I struggle to stop because like I feel like I'm still on them, so I have to like be extra cautious when I stop walking.
Surely that would be immediately after you get off, not 24 hours later. Ow! Ow! What's going on? This is my headstand progress. I'm doing yoga, basically. I can't get my legs up. I can't do it. What have you got? Yes. I keep wearing these socks from Primark, which are delightful in how soft they are, but they just have mind of their own. They move so much. Anyway, my jacket, which actually correlates quite well as well, because I got this jacket when I was at uni because I wanted a North Face jacket, and so Mum was going to get me one for Christmas. And do you remember that guy on Depop like completely scammed me? He bought a jacket and then he never sent it, and then never sent the money back. So I hope you're doing terribly. Anyway, Mum bought me one from JD and they sent me 2. So we sent one back and essentially got this for free. Dub. This jacket though, I was going with that, it's just covered in makeup because yeah, slap it on essentially. So I was looking up the other day how to get it off because it does just look awful, and you can't wash North Face jackets, can you really, Mum? Yeah, you lose what you're paying, like I don't even know how much they are anymore, like 300 quid for, which is just insanity. So I'm gonna try a bit of rum and alcohol. Anyway, we are on our way to get a bubble tea. My third beverage of the day. Guess how many have been water? None. Also, my pasta earlier was nice. Didn't realise you could overcook pasta, Mum. Jesus, the pasta I cooked, it was good, but it was just so soft. It's like baby food. Nutty. Uh-oh. What is it? Oh, it's a squirrel. They won't be able to get it because Mash is too much of a wuss. What the hell? That was weird. I was going to put makeup on today and I didn't, so formally apologising for that. I'm gonna have to slap someone tomorrow for my 11.5-hour shift. Also, earlier, just before we left, I decided to, because when I sit down and I'm like, oh, I need to edit a vlog, I would just do everything and anything to make sure I don't edit the vlog. So I sat down and I was like, oh, let me watch back some of my old YouTube videos 7 years ago. Or 6 years ago, I think. No, 7. When I was 14, the oldest one I have, because I deleted loads of them, which is so annoying, but I also understand why, because fuck me, they're so hard to watch. I had such a lisp in the video, so bad. Like, I had braces on and I had really like gappy teeth, and my lisp was so bad I never realised it was so bad. And even now I still have a lisp, not as bad as it was, but when I'm drunk, whew, that's the first thing that comes out to play. Second thing is just recklessness. Anyway, when I was watching it back in the video, I was like, oh, thank you for nearly 250 subscribers. It made me emotional. We've come a long way. Anyway, I'm out of puff. Good God. Yes, mamas. So, recently, all over online, there's a story about 2 different parties of people that have gone on a stag do and a hen do to Amsterdam. And whilst on the stag do and hen do, they've obviously both gone on nights out and gotten really, really drunk. So they've gone out, oh my God, this is awful. They've gone out, got really drunk, and they've gone to a place with glory holes. And one of the women have gone into the booth from the hen do, one of the bridesmaids, and one of the men from the stag do, the separate group, has gone in as well and obviously put his dick in the glory hole.
No, I didn't know it was, but you carry on, yeah.
For the woman to give him a blowjob, right? But the glass is frosted, and if you press a button on the woman's side and the man also presses a button, the glass clears and you can see who it is. And they both pressed it, and the man she was sucking off was her dad.
Ew.
Wow. Ain't that a delight? In a crazy turn of events, I'm now going to the pub, so I have to put makeup on because there is literally just 0% chance of me going out without it on. Sorry! Me without my slap, yeah, ain't happening. Fucking, I don't know what's happened recently, if I've just completely lost myself, but just cannot do my eyebrows or my eyeliner the way I used to be able to do it so quickly. I have to redo my eyeliner every morning, probably about 11,000 times, and that's not even an exaggeration. You know, I ran out of breath there. I cannot get it right, and I cannot get my eyebrows right either, and guess what, it's fucking me off. Sorry to say it, but it is, it truly is. My eyeliner is still not fucking equal. Sorry. How the fuck do I get this to look similar? I'm not even asking for it to look the same, I just want it to look fucking similar. Oh my God, please, please. Okay, that's the best it's gonna. I just keep thickening it up every single day. I'm like, oh, I'll just do a wispy little wing. Yeah, that's never fucking happened. And my eyebrows are literally nothing near the same. And it won't fucking stick up, you stupid twat. Anyway, girls, my question, the burning question on the tip of my tongue. When will I get my period, okay? When is it coming? Because I don't know. Oh my God, and here's another thing, right? I use, getting hot because I'm getting bothered. I use the Got to Be Glued by Schwarzkopf to glue my eyebrows down. But the problem with it is that if I put on like any sort of face products on before I do my eyebrows, it doesn't stick down properly. And then the other problem is it goes so tacky and I sort of brush them up so much that the glue goes on my forehead, or whatever this bit's called, forehead, and then it just makes it look like I'm peeling just above my eyebrows, and it's fucking vile. It's disgusting. I hate it. So basically what I'm hearing is I can't fucking win. I can't win. What? Come on, this is just taking a fucking piss. You are jerking. You're jerking. It just fucking won't stick. Anyway, girls, guess what? This is like blowing my mind. I go to therapy every week, right? Like pretty much every week without fail, apart from the 1 week I found out I was fucking pregnant. But I go to therapy every week without fail, apart from that one time. But I've been going to therapy for like months now, and I've only just like comprehended the fact that I've been going that long, because I started going when me and Michael went together, like in our little interlude. You know what I mean? Interval, that's it. Interlude, interval. And now it's fuck! This eyebrow, you're asking to be fucking shaved off. My fucking God, it doesn't matter, it's gonna be dark outside. Not that I plan on sitting outside, but the fucking, the one good pub in the place Michael lives in is obviously rammed on a Friday and Saturday night because everyone's going there for their Friday and Saturday night. Go to Prism, it's just down the road. And go to Prism because you're going to Prism. Anyway, I just can't believe that I've been going to therapy that long, because I feel like each week I talk about something different, which is really weird, because in my last therapy I spoke about the same thing pretty much every week, which was my ex-boyfriend, which it has been 4 4 years ago this year when he first messaged me and we met up for the first time is diabolical because gross. And I always like torture myself. I torture myself by thinking, oh, like what would my life have been like if I'd never answered that DM? But then everything in my life would be different. Like everything has a knock-on effect, you know. But then again, also what goes around comes around. Not the point. Anyway, it's been, where I was going with this was, it's obviously been 4 years since he messaged me, which is nuts that much time has gone by, because it doesn't feel like that much time has gone by whatsoever. Like I still feel like where I was left in like 2020 when we split up, because we were like, believe it or not, Ripley's believe it or not, we were only together for like 3 months, and the amount of damage he did to me in 3 months is like actually insane. And like I know people say like it's a waste of time and energy, like wishing people badly or like being upset over things, but the way that man treated me and how I'm only now like still understanding what that meant and like the long-term impacts it's had on me, I wish him nothing but badness. Madness, some badness, combination, and prison, because he deserves to be there. You know what I mean? Like I think he's the most terrible, awful person that I've ever encountered. Here we go. I need it to go upwards because it's going out. I need it to go up. I'll go up. Up, you silly twat. Oh my god, I fucked it again. How have I done this? Anyway, I've met some pretty shit people in my life, and when I don't like someone, I dislike them wholeheartedly. Like I will spend every single fibre of my being will dislike them. And you know what? Sometimes I do forgive, but forgive, never forget. Do you know what I mean, girls? My mama taught me that. Me mama. So I hate him, obviously. Like everyone I know hates him. I hope. I would be really alarmed if they liked him. But he's just the worst person I've ever met. And also, like when I went to uni, which is another reason I think I dropped out of uni, I was still so scarred trying to understand. Like I only realised that boy R-worded me like months after the relationship ended. And I know that sounds like so nonchalant, but like I've just had to learn to like accept that happened to me. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, when I went to uni, this is like fucking nuts. So I didn't, this all links back to therapy, by the way. I feel like I'm just talking, but I just do that all the time anyway. I went to uni, sorry, I keep flicking my hair back looking like a right perv. I went to uni and I went on Tinder for the first time, because before my really shitty ex-boyfriend, I had 2 boyfriends prior to that. So I had my first ever boyfriend when I was 15, my second ever boyfriend when I was 17, and then I met my shitty boyfriend when I was 18. So in the span of like 3 years, I had 3 boyfriends, and I only found out that women could orgasm with my really shitty ex-boyfriend because he was such a fucking slut, and I will say that with the hardest T, slut, because he was a serial cheat and just a serial abuser and just loved to make women feel like shit to make himself feel better because he was 5'9" and a fucking narcissist. Anyway, and I only realised women could orgasm when I was with him, which is insane because I never orgasmed from sex before I met him. And I know this sounds so like out of pocket, but like if you're not new here, you know that this is just regular chit chat. But that has like really warped my perception of sex. And between him and Michael, I slept with like quite a few people, which I have no problem with. I don't feel 1 ounce of guilt. I don't feel 1 ounce of shame. Like women should enjoy sex the same way men do, and like you should be able to have sex and not feel any guilt or shame around it. But sex now to me has become this really weird thing that I'm like highly scared of, and now since being pregnant I'm like terrified of it, because before I met Michael, I tended to like go for people that would show me absolutely no respect, no care, no affection, just glorified me for my body and like having sex. And I just felt like that was what was good. And it's so weird because I am so quick to tell someone like, you're being treated really badly, you need to get out of it, you deserve more than that. And I was so aware after, I'm always going to say his name, but I'm not gonna do it. After my fucking abusive ex-boyfriend, I was like, I knew I deserved better. I knew that I deserved someone that loved me and that cared for me, but I would only ever accept people that were horrible to me and that just made me feel terrible about myself. And I would sleep with them and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm so empowered, I'm so cool, like feminist icon. But actually I was just letting them be horrible to me. And then when they were horrible to me and I would tell my friends and they were like, you should never talk to them again, I would always let them back into my life because I just felt like that was what I deserved. Fucking hell, it's like Spit City up in here. Oh my god, when I was watching back my old videos today, it made me so emotional because obviously like I've been doing this for so long, it's what I love doing, and like I'm near 3,000 subscribers. Anyway, I had such a bad lisp 7 years ago when I was 7 years ago when I was 14. I'm 22 now because I had braces. I might do a vlog one day where I react to my old videos. That would be so funny, but also fucking mortifying because oh my god, they're so bad. But that's also being 14 years old and like having problems with other people and talking to yourself to feel comfort, not to get depressive. But yeah, I've just realised, you know that whole quote, like you accept the love you think you deserve. I was talking to my therapist about it. I was like, I just think that that is what I feel like I deserved. So now sex is such a weird thing for me, because if I'm not being degraded, and also every single man I went for between him and Michael, I would like crave their attention to the point where like I would do anything for them to just give me an ounce of attention, which is what I did with my really abusive ex-boyfriend. Like, he wouldn't talk to me for ages, but as soon as anything turned sexual, as soon as like anything turned to like my body and like doing things to try and please him, and he would give me an ounce of attention, I would just thrive on it. Whereas now when I get compliments, I'm like, ugh! And it like makes me physically cringe because I'm not used to it. And Michael, I've known him for a year. The whole year he's complimented me like fucking every day, and I still find it hard to accept because I feel like it's so ingrained in me to like not know what to do with it, because I have to pine after it. Whereas with Michael, I don't. I could literally just wake up in the morning and he'd be like, oh, you look really nice, like, you're so pretty with that makeup, and I'd be like, fucking that boy is a cap, what are you talking about? So I've just been making a lot of self discoveries recently. Like, I just realized that like I have so many deeply ingrained issues because of him, which I already knew, but I thought I was kind of over. I did kind of think I was completely over him. I thought everything was like completely fine, but I realized it's not. And like sex is the main thing that's like tarnished because of it, because I tried so hard to like empower myself by sleeping with loads of people when I was single, and it just didn't work. If anything, it made me feel worse, because I was just seeking out people that were like him, who weren't necessarily physically abusive, but they weren't respectful, they weren't kind, they weren't people that I would want to be with. And I would tell myself I don't want to be with them, but part of me was like, but why are you pining after their attention? Because it's what I thought I deserved, and what I thought I deserve is nothing. Is boys that make me feel awful about myself, who just like simmer me down just to my looks, to my boobs, to like anything that they can find desirable, and the rest of me, like, they wouldn't fucking give a shit if I had like a master's degree and a PhD. Obviously I don't. I have 2 A levels and I got a C in math, but it wouldn't matter if I was. It wouldn't matter if I was fucking anyone. All that matters is like, am I giving you pleasure? And it's fucked. So that's a recent realization I've had, but basically, yeah, that's fun. I just think, I'm just like, I think I was in denial for a long time that like it had really affected me, and I thought I was this really sex positive person when actually I'm just terrified of it. But not terrified in a way anymore that I like go out and seek it, terrified in the way that I'm terrified of it. Like, I'm terrified. And I am like, I've had more sex when I was single than when I was in a relationship, because obviously like you go out and you fuck whoever you want. So I'm not really used to like being in a respectful relationship and having good sex until I met Michael. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it sounds insane, but like I just think it was such an important realization to have, because I struggle with it so much. Because being a woman, even being a man, obviously like if your partner has a higher sex drive than you, you're gonna struggle, and like with guilt. And I just, you got girls, you know how I feel about guilt. I can't do guilt. Like, it makes me feel physically sick. So fucking hell, I've been taking so long to get ready. Oh my god, this is kind of crazy. When I was at uni, I went on Tinder, which is the first time I'd ever downloaded a dating app. I also downloaded Hinge, and the cesspool of men in Leeds when I was in fucking uni was awful. And I was also clapped at uni. Like, I thought I was Tyra Banks. Do you know what I mean? I thought I was Britain's Next Top Model. What? I thought I was Britain's Next Top Model, but I wasn't. I was fucking ugly. And like, I can say that wholeheartedly because I was dying on the inside, so it was literally seeping onto my outsides because I was so fucking clapped. And my eyebrows, what the fuck? We have gone through a long way and they're still not anywhere near perfect. But anyway, I was ugly, right? So I was on Tinder one day and I was just like swiping through, and I'd never ever had like a casual hookup in my life because I didn't really know what to do. Like, I'm just a girl after all. I don't know how to do that. So I remember matching with this guy, and obviously on Tinder, on Hinge, on most dating apps, the guy will make it about sex like immediately. Like, the first thing he does is like, oh my god, I'd love to dry hump you, or something fucking out of pocket. So this guy I matched with, I was like, oh, you know, he's not bad looking, bit of a geezer, like a bit of a football, stone roses, do you know what I mean? So I matched with him and started chatting, and it seemed like quite innocent and like normal, just chatting. And then he was just sort of like, oh, so what are you doing tonight? And I was like, I'm about to get kidnapped and I'm not even a child. And oh my god, when I was little, my biggest fear was being kidnapped. Like, every time I'd walk past a man with a child, I'd be like, they're gonna kidnap me to make me the child's stepmom or sister. What the fuck was wrong with me? I've always been cooked, I'm telling you. And then my dad would be like, oh my god, Maisie, don't worry about being kidnapped. Like, they'd steal a pretty one if they were gonna steal one. And I was like completely valid because I was a bit of a weird looking child. But also, what the fuck? Anyway, and this is why people think my dad, like, when I made a TikTok about my dad calling me a prostitute and everyone was like, you're being abused by your dad, I was like, girl, I used to get abused by a man. That man isn't abusing me. That man is giving me money to keep me alive. Watch your mouth. Anyway, matched with this guy, started talking to him. Then he was like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, here we go. I was like, oh, nothing. And he was like, oh, like, do you wanna? He was like, oh, I could come round. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Obviously had no idea what I was doing. So had an everything shower, like just tried to like prep because I'd never done this before. And then he came round and he was smaller than me, obviously. And his first fucking response was, doesn't matter, like everyone's the same height when you're laying down. And I was like, ugh. Anyway, ended up having sex with him. Which, classic, not a problem, like it doesn't matter. And then he came in like maybe like 3 seconds. Humble brag. Anyway, then we were just talking, I think it was before we had sex. He was just talking about like, oh, so where are you from? Like, you know, what you study at uni, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I'm from Surrey. And he was like, oh, I'm from bleep, somewhere in London. And I was like, oh my god. And anytime I hear that word, anyone mentions that fucking word, I'm like, oh, do not mention that word because I'm about to be sick. Because it's where my ex is from. And I was like, oh my god, like no way, my ex-boyfriend's from there. And he was like, oh, what's your ex-boyfriend's name? And I told him and he was like, no way, is it? And I was like, yeah, why? He was like, oh, I went to school with him, I was in the same year, like we were kind of friends. And I was like, he used to hit me. He was like, yeah, he was a bit of a weird don. And I was like, yeah, you can fucking say that again. A weird don. If that means fucking R words and hits people, you got that fucking right, mate. The thing is though, girls, this is what I find so weird. I was telling my therapist, I cannot remember a single detail of my life when we were together because I was just in such a weird headspace. Like when we used to like have sleepovers, which were always at my house, obviously, just in case one of his other fucking girlfriends caught him, I would wake up and just throw up every morning. I was so anxious around him because I knew that he was horrible and not good for me, but I just didn't listen. And I was like, oh my god, it's butterflies. Girl, no, it was your stomach being like, I'm physically repulsed by how this man is treating us. Get out. And I was like, oh, butterflies. That's well cute. Be for real. Anyway, what can you do? That's just like a bit of a tangent, bit of a catch up. That's what's been going on in my therapized life. You know, still haven't booked my lobotomy yet. One day. I can't remember anything from that period of my life because I think I just disassociate from it because it's like my body trying to protect me and being like, you were fucked, you went through so much. And it took me so long to be like, I actually went through a lot. Like I didn't, because part of me was just like, oh, maybe I just deserved it. Like maybe I'm a terrible person and that's why like horrible people come into my life. It's taken a while for me to be like, no matter what someone does, you didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve to be treated that way. You were an 18-year-old girl just trying to help someone who was obviously so fucked up, and you were like, I want to help you and I want to give you this love that you don't seem to have, when actually he had so much love around him. He just fucking abused all of it. And that is on 5'9" men from London who think they own the streets, talk like they're in Top Boy, but goes back running to mummy and daddy every time their money runs out. And is also just a fucking huge colossal flop and disappointment. I'd put my hair up and I'd brush it if I cared, but I don't. So, oh god, it's just, I just vuv it up at the roots, you know, give it a bit of vuv. What the fuck? Vuv it up at the roots because I just can't be arsed. I'm probably going to put a beanie on anyway. It's cold outside today. Walking in a winter wonderland. Anyway, winter wonderland, that is somewhere where I went. That is a memory I can remember. The first time I ever went to winter wonderland, and the only time I've ever been to winter wonderland, was when I was talking to him. He was in Manchester and he was like, watch out, my ex is there. And I was like, I need to be put down. OMW, on my way. Girls, this is just an example of how quickly your life can change. One minute you think you're sitting at home about to start editing a vlog, next minute you're going to the pub. It's hard to keep up with a busy life. I'm sitting here like a right knobhead waiting for my screen to demist, which I would go as far to say, sorry, I don't know why I poked you then, this is single-handedly the worst thing about winter. I don't have the fucking time to do this. Who does? In today's current climate, who's got the fucking time? And if you've got one of them cars that the minute you turn it on it just heats up, count them fucking lucky stars for me, because I could not be so lucky. I love this song! Alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas. Girls, that song is like crack, and I've never even tried crack. But you know what? I have tried Pepsi Max because it's on tap at this pub, right? And yesterday I drank 2 half pints, so that's technically 1 whole pint of Pepsi Max, right? I pissed before I left because I was like, if I don't pee, like piss is gonna treacle down my leg. It still almost did. Am I in the box, as Roddy Rich said? Yeah. And then look from the back, 20 sweat. I just had a bit to the backs. I just had a lit in the back. You know, I'm part terribly. Pull up the whole down crew. I'm here lazy. Anyway, yeah, I drove home. On my way home, oh my god, I'm on the verge of pissing myself the entire time. I get home and I just didn't let myself piss. I've got a real knack for like depriving myself of a piss, right? What the fuck is this lighting? That's terrifying. Estate agents, what is your beef with using lighting so fluorescent? Anyway, got home and I was just so eager to put my pyjamas on, I just didn't piss. So when I got there, it felt like, oh my God, climax. Again, an estate agent with that bright lighting, it was just like nothing I've ever experienced before. The atmosphere was unreal. It was just, oh my God, I needed to pee so badly. So that when it came out, I was like, exhilarated. That is literally the peak of my life at the moment. Like, I just genuinely, I'm not a going out girl, so like having a piss after you're dying for one, that's as exciting as it gets, and I'm not complaining. Probably gonna have another fucking half pint now. £2.70 though. Again, I don't need your fluorescent lighting telling me I'll never be able to afford a house. Thanks.
Our friend went to school with his parents' owners.
I've just got home from the pub. It's 1 AM. I can hardly fathom that. As you can probably see, I'm like little slim thick. I dip in a bit here, but then I go out a bit here. I've got fucking, hello. I've got quite wide hips. And on that note, I will never get a degree. See you next time.